All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take Sharp and Shapiro. So glad you could join us. Presidential candidate Mr. Sanford will be joining us tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Also, check us out on YouTube. Our live stream up now, the Vegas Take YouTube page. Also, you can check out all of our segments as we post all of them on SoundCloud daily. And, of course, we post them. When is our website going to be ready, by the way? I was going to ask you.
We're actually going to have a final update on our website, a brand new revision, if you will, thevegastake.com. It sounds like it'll be next week. There's going to be a whole lot of developments that we will announce when it's done, but I'm not going to talk about them until then. But it's going to be a game changer for the Vegas Take as far as exposure on a national level. So we're pretty excited about the new website. We're also working on getting on iHeartRadio, Roku, Amazon Alexa. I mean, we've got a whole bunch of developments as far as getting our content just out there to everybody. But right now, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, the list goes on and on. But very soon, the Vegas Take will have a lot more exposure, not just in Vegas, but on a national level and an international level.
Sure, absolutely. So coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll be speaking to Detroit Lions legend himself, Herman Moore. He'll be coming up here in just a few minutes. I wanted to talk about this in regards to the Palms because, I was just at the Palms last week, Halloween night, saw Marilyn Manson, and I've always enjoyed the Palms. I think it's a fun casino to go to.
At the Pearl, right? Not Kaos?
No, not Kaos.
Yeah.
This was at the Pearl, but it was at the Palms. And as you know, Kaos is a nightclub at the Palms, and we just received word within the last few days that this nightclub is going to be closing down. That decision, $690 million renovation probably has something to do with it. The project was made after the company reported a net loss of close to $27 million in the third quarter. That's down almost $52 million from the same period last year. Make no mistake about it, the Palms is just losing a ton of money. Now, you might say to yourself,
I disagree with that.
No, it's a fact. I just said
I don't think the Palms is losing a ton of money, but I think that Kaos is
No.
causing the Palms to lose a lot of money.
A friend of mine that I was at a party with the other day that knows everybody at the Palms told me that the property itself, the Palms, is losing tons of money right now. They put a ton of money into the new pool renovations and the renovations about the casino. That casino is getting destroyed. Now, you might say to yourself, well, wait a second, how do they exist? Well, they're also joined up with a lot of these other casinos because they are part of the station casinos right now. And a lot of these station casinos are doing quite well, actually. The Palms is taking a hit. They are not making money. They are losing money. That is 100%. So the Kaos is probably not the only place that's going to be closing down there eventually. But you know what? Here's the problem. When you pay some of these acts or some of these DJs millions and millions of dollars, that stuff adds up, and they're not getting the crowds that they need to be getting there. They're just not.
It's not so much the crowds; it's the fact that the crowds don't have a lot of discretionary income. They spend the money on the ticket, they get high, they do drugs, they don't buy liquor, and they don't gamble. And so the crowds are consistent, but the problem is you're paying the DJs, like Marshmello, for example, G-Eazy, Cardi B. They probably have a $50-60 million entertainment budget over the course of 2 years, but then they're getting the people to attend the concert, but they're not getting the ancillary revenue. And also you're getting the fights and you're getting the negative stuff with the millennial crowd that doesn't have a lot of extra money.
We will continue to revisit this story because I do have some strong opinions on that. Come back. It is the Vegas Take Sharp and Shapiro. Glad you could join us. Wrapping up a wonderful show, if I do say so myself. I'll pat myself on the back, But anyway, coming up tomorrow, Mark Sanford, presidential candidate. Been wanting to interview him for a long time. I never have had the opportunity. So this is going to be a lot of fun talking to him. I guess you could say controversial figure, interesting guy. A lot of questions to get to him. Also, Darcy Spears, reporter. She will be doing our Dirty Dining segment, which has become very popular. What are some of the restaurants? You always hear about some of the great restaurants in Vegas, and trust me, there's plenty of them, as you know. But there are some places you just don't want to go to that are disgusting. Darcy Spears will be joining us tomorrow, her weekly segment, to talk a little bit about that. And then TMZ Sports' very own Mike Babcock will be joining us on the show tomorrow as well. So tomorrow's going to be a good show, jam-packed, a lot of fun. We talked a little bit last segment about Kaos nightclub at the Palms going to be closing down. So here's my question. I don't go to these nightclubs anymore. I did in my early 20s. I don't drink very much, and I don't like the music. I think it's awful, okay? But why is it that a nightclub like Dre's nightclub is making like billions of dollars, right? Enormous amounts, boatloads of money, and yet a Kaos nightclub has to close down? Why is that?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
Kaos has no theme. They're just kind of throwing stuff at a wall, hoping that it fits, like EDM, Cardi B, G-Eazy. Dre's sticks to their urban theme, and they do it better than anybody in town. Also, the location of Dre's is so much better than the Palms, in my opinion. But the Palms, they saw how Encore Beach Club did such a good job. But again, Encore Beach Club, what is it? It's a beach club. Dre's is an urban nightclub. Kaos doesn't know what it is. They're just not sure of what they're trying to do. But they're spending a lot of money thinking that it's going to work. It just comes down to poor planning and marketing. They just did not market it correctly. And the name Kaos, it's supposed to be soak backwards. It's the worst name ever. Why would you go to a place called Kaos? You don't know what you're going to get out of it. It's kind of like how the SLS. It was SLS. It meant some like social. Well, it didn't mean anything. If you want to make it in Vegas, you have to have a theme, a consistent brand. And Kaos brand was inconsistent, and just like SLS's brand was inconsistent. Like now the Sahara, it took the SLS's place. It's on Sahara. That's the theme. Treasure Island. It's supposed to be an old pirate ship of something like that. It's a theme. There was no theme with Kaos, and there's really not a theme with the Palms at this point. They're just kind of throwing money, hoping that something works without actually having a consistent brand. And one thing Dre's does is they are the best at hip hop and urban music in Las Vegas, and that's known nationally.
All right, well said. You have a lot more knowledge when it comes to these nightclubs than I do, that's for sure.
And then beyond that, like I said, the people that go to those concerts, they don't have enough money to spend in the casinos.
All right, we're going to take a 21-hour break, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, folks. Have a great day.